ladies, gentlemen, and viewers from all around the world, welcome to the 2021 International 9-Ball Open. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming out. We are coming to you live from the Aramith Simonis Arena here at the Sheraton Norfolk Waterside Hotel in Norfolk, Virginia. We're dwindling down to our final 16 players today, and this is our last match of the evening. So with no further ado, we bring you our two competitors tonight. But first, let me take a moment to thank Diamond Billiard Products, Aramith and Simonis for always being our wonderful supporters and sponsors of the event. Thank you very much to our sponsors. First up, coming to us with love from Russia. Or is it from Russia with love? World 9-Ball Champion, sponsored by Q-Tech, it's Fedor Gorst! And his opponent from the Philippines, also a World 9-Ball Champion, sponsored by Clutch Shot Billiard Apparel, it's RoboCop Dennis Orcollo! Fedor Gorst, sponsored by Q-Tech. Gentlemen, you may now lag for first break. It's alternate break, race to 10. Good luck, gentlemen. At this time, I'd like to send it up to the booth to our two commentators, former Moscone Cup captain, Mr. Mark Wilson, and by his side, the Kentucky Colonel, Mr. Nick Varner. Take it away, gentlemen.
Hello and welcome, pool fans. We have another terrific elite class 9-ball match, and we have an elite guest, Nick Varner. Welcome, Nick, and what are your pre-match thoughts here?
Well, thanks, Mark. Well, 9-ball don't get much better than this. These two heavyweights, you got the current world champion and Dennis Orcollo, who's been mopping up players for years.
It's really interesting to me to watch Dennis's work ethic. He just came off the back table where he practiced a 3-hour session, took about a 40-minute break, watched some pool, and then went back and just worked another hour and a half. And last night, after all the matches, he was back there 3 hours breaking. Preparation for this showdown. A non-compliant break, man, that's sad. Start off that way.
Well, you know what I used to say, the more you practice, the luckier you get.
Little check side English to hold up the cue ball there. Felt just a little straighter than he really wanted, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he can slide up, force it up table any. Looks like the key to this rack is getting on the 4 where you can get on the 5 is the biggest key.
This kid is smooth. He's 21 years old. Been playing at a high level for a long time now.
Yeah, he won the World Championship. The first time I saw him play, he's playing in the Atlantic Cup in Chicago, Illinois for the junior. And the next thing I looked up, he's champion of the world.
Very dedicated player.
Yeah, he's another workhorse.
Yeah.
He puts in, he logs his time.
Nice position play that he made on the 5-ball here, so it just rolls into the side to give him a good shot on the 6.
Yeah, he made that easy. Going from the 4 to the 5, he fell about as almost perfect. Well, the two hardest games to win are the first one and the last one. I love that percentage you always say. Whoever wins this first game wins, what, 56% of the matches?
0.4, 56.4. Person that loses the first rack wins 43.6% of the time.
That's a big difference. It don't sound like much, but
it's worth having.
worth the long haul. It's
yeah.
pretty powerful.
super clean cueing action here. You'll notice his transition fluid, his body still. Gorst, classy run out there to open the match.
He made that look easy. It wasn't quite as easy as he made that look.
Not at all.
His speed was so good going from that 4 to the 5 ball. I mean, he absolutely felt ideal. Yeah, I was looking forward to this match when I heard these two guys were going to play. I knew.
Yeah, both of them super tough customers, and Orcollo's played great all week. These guys, there's been a whole bunch of tournaments packed into the last 2 months, and these guys have all been at all of them. And so they're really in stroke, and they're really playing good. And right now we're just getting to this is day 7 here. The use of the atmosphere. Cut break, trying to make the one on the side. Cue ball got hot. 3 ball found the corner. Open layout here, Nick. 4's right next to the 2.
Yeah, I watched the preceding match, and I didn't see many of these layouts. The players get a shot like this good after the break. It just didn't hardly ever happen.
Right. Aranas did break and run out 3 times in that match.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. But you're right. There was a lot more.
I remember those 2 scratches. I guess that's what stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Back to back on the break.
A really clean hit there.
Yeah,
Cue ball had no side spin whatsoever.
Yeah, he is smooth.
Hard to imagine anyone's this good at 21 years of age.
Is that how old he is, 21 now?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I've only known him like 3 or 4 years, and he's one of the reasons the American team didn't win in the Atlantic Cup. Tell you what, he might have put an airmail stamp on that one.
Yeah, he overcut the pocket a little bit, so the cue ball
Took off and
right.
fell forward a little. He wanted to be another foot to the right, and he overcut it. Can he cut this in, or is he just going to stick the cue ball here, you think, and play safe? Or?
No, I think he's going to play an offense. It's distasteful, and it's now missable for him. But he also feels like he's going to connect so often that if he plays safe, there's no likelihood that he gets a better position than this anyway.
Boy, this looks awful tough to me. Wow.
Me too. He might change his mind. He's taking some
cut
time.
it in, run into the 8, and at least stay close to the 6. But even then, it's going to, unless he hits that right side and comes up for the 6 in that upper right pocket. But boy, on a shot like this, you got to put most of your energy on just making the ball. Wow, what a great shot.
Yeah, it really was.
Fantastic.
Well,
He made it look easy.
that's what the world champion does right there. And, I've talked to him at length. And he has a 5x10 diamond that he plays on exclusively at home. So you get used to playing shots like that as well as being super accurate on everything else, too. He's a joy to talk to. He's a very serious kind of a guy, but he's got a great smile and a joking side as well. It's just that it's fairly subdued.
I read his interview in Billiard Digest, and he's all in on this. He wants to be the greatest of all time. He wants to be a great champion. He's these pockets seem to be becoming the norm. Mark, 4 1/4 inch on the width.
Yeah.
The last few tournaments, I even recently just had my table tightened down to 4 1/4 inches.
Well, these guys hit the heart of the pocket so well that it really doesn't slow them down hardly at all. 2-0 now. Gorst took advantage of the non-compliant break with a run out and then followed it up with a break and run out of his own.
Well, he hit that break good. That one, he got that one in the side. Got such a fabulous good shot on that 2. But then he got a little out of line. But boy, he come with a great shot. Yeah, it's fun to watch pool like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amen. It's so inspiring. It just makes me want to go home and hit balls because I've come up with a couple little I could even be smoother. I could actually get through the ball better on some of these shots. I think that's where I stumble. Colo found the side pocket. Is the 9 going? Oh, treacherously close, but he did not get a good shot on the 2.
No, he got kicked up table, and so it looks like he is probably going to have to maybe play safe. And what do you think about banking that 2 up in that upper right-hand corner?
Well, it's off angle and it's not easy. Oh, you mean past the 9 ball? The right is he's standing. Oh, all right, okay.
Well, it might. Yeah.
It's off angle, and then the position's not a certainty either. With it, you'd have to collide into the 3, I would think.
I think he's just going to chip it.
He might kick it.
Back up table.
No, he's chipping it. Oh, he meant to chip it, but he did kick it, and it didn't get a rail. So, oh boy, yeah, this is a optimum start for Fedor Gorst. He's so serious about pool too. He's playing in the Bigfoot challenge a few years ago at the Derby, and you know this, but some of the fans might not. Completed his match, then he's sitting in the stands watching the next match while he has a pool match going on his phone simultaneously.
Yeah, I remember that, and somebody tell me about that. That's a kind of dedication that'll put you into the winner's circle.
Yeah. I got to talk to him, and I said, how did you get this good? Because as it turns out, he was actually too young the following year to come to the Derby. Yeah, you had to be, I guess, 21 or something, and here he is, the world champion, but he couldn't come to the Derby City Classic because it's through the casino and the gaming wouldn't let him in. But nevertheless, I said, how did you get this good? And he said, in Northern Europe, they have a kids tournament on 9-foot tables once a month, and over 100 kids come there. And he wasn't bragging, and he wasn't talking about himself. He said that 6 or 7 of these kids are going to be world champion. And he was very serious, kind of a comment. It wasn't just like oh, by the way, they'll probably be good or something like that. He was very sincere.
A little short on the speed here. He's got to cut this ball pretty thin.
Yeah, I don't think he might let the cue ball just go 3 rails here. End rail, side rail. That'd be 4 rails then. End rail, side rails, end rail, side rail.
Good for the 4-railer though.
No, it's a little thin. I don't think he can hold it, can he? No. Can't hold it. Yeah, there's the 4-railer.
Yeah, I didn't realize he could get up. I thought it was going to be coming up shorter than that. That came out absolutely perfect. Yeah, I'd much rather shoot at that speed than try to finesse it from that thin of a hit. Usually that's where you're the most danger of missing a ball is when you get thin. Always one of my key thoughts is stay pretty full
Uh-huh.
on the object ball.
Gorst now has 3, and he's playing perfect.
And if I end up thin, I want to be sure that I like to hit it that speed he hit it. I don't like to have to soft spin it.
Right. You know, I never know when we have to either slow roll a ball or soft spin it at range, if it's a shot that we don't commonly play, so we don't hit the stroke as good, it's not as comfortable, or if that spin takes differently at different speeds, as far as swerve and curve and all that. I don't know what causes it, but
Well, it does take, that spin at any different speed is going to vary. So that's what makes it tough to make the ball. Because if you don't make the right judgment, you're going to miss the ball at the different speeds.
right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes to hit that soft spin shot, especially from distance and especially on that thin hit. When they're hitting object ball full, okay, it's not so bad. But
Small equipment malfunction. That's the holdup right now. Only be a moment.
they got the right guy on the job, Julian.
Yeah, he has to wear many hats here this week.
He's been at this a long time.
On top of everything else, he's a cool customer and a great guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy.
Quite a few players here in attendance. I see Michael Yudnek. I see Ray Linares, Donnie Mills, Omar Al-Shaheen. All week long, the crowd has been building right along. Sure, there's some other players in the crowd too. Okay, we're back to action now. Gorst breaking here in game number 4. Really aims it careful.
Tell you
He's-
what, he's made that one every time.
You see how they send the cue ball back through the pack, Nick? Well, we used to use a little bit of low left, and it was going to the side too much. So the cue ball is going to be hot when it comes off that cut break. So they try to send it back into the pack again in an effort to slow the cue ball down, but sometimes it chips it down to the end rail. It kind of in this fashion rather than stay more in the center of the table, but it helps to preclude the side pocket scratches.
That cut for the corner is pretty thin, but I have a hunch he's going to play the 2. Worst thing, it's a little hard to control the cue ball in this shot. He sure don't want to hit on the low side of this, or the right side of this 6. So he wants to get up table for that 3.
Smoothly played. Now it's just a question, does he get a shot? Looks like he does.
Yeah, he sure did. And he can hit this almost any speed he wants here. He can hit this pretty firm just with the center ball if he wants, or he can hit it with a little spin, hit the left rail. It's kind of whatever choice he feels the most confident on making the ball here. That's here position's almost automatic. But this is definitely a shot that anybody's capable of missing. But the way he's played these first 3 games, it don't look like he's ever going to miss.
He's not afraid of missing, anyway. This side pocket that's a bother there because when you play it with, and he did introduce a little bit of left English on there, but when you play it with no side spin, then the side pocket's a reality. And that complicates your confidence level. He's left Orcollo tough after that open ball miss.
Well, the only reason he really, I think, came close to the side there, looked like he hit the cue ball on the vertical axis, but he overcut it. If he hits it fuller, it's going to go more forward, and he's going to miss it a foot or 6 inches.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, how's Arcollo like it? 3-0, the guy misses the 3, and he doesn't get a shot.
But pretty good speed there, and he tried to get the separation and played it well.
He got the separation, but he left him a pretty good shot, and similar to the one he just missed. So I look for him to make it this time because of that feedback from that other shot.
Here we get a good look at how straight his cue moves. Straight back, straight through. Good finish.
Boy, that's what's so strong about this game. You think that you've got it. You think you make the adjustment, but he overcut it the same way he did the last one. And Orcollo, he's facing kind of a tough shot. It's a little bit similar, but he can't see all the cue ball. That's always makes, I think, the shot. The 9's blocking the side of the. If he might be able to hit the center of the cue ball here, but boy, he's feeling the heat because he's down 3-0 and he needs to get on the board. And this is anything but, I don't know if he's taken a timeout. I guess he has, but this certainly is the perfect spot for taking your extra or your timeout for sure.
Yeah.
Or extension.
And you could definitely see Dennis flinched at that ball. He didn't like it, and you could tell it in his body language as he delivered the cue.
And he kind of sensed it a little bit. I don't think that's the right shot, shooting that one hard. I think the 9's too big a ball. I think, and I think it's exactly for what you're saying. It was a tough shot, and he's desperately wanting to try to get on the board.
Not even sure he's pocketed the ball this match.
Yeah. Now, do you bank this for this lower right pocket here?
Looks like that's what he's going for, just because there's not an easy save. How did he hit it? How did he hit that?
Almost good.
Wow. Yeah, from there, it was a quality effort for sure.
That's about the worst thing, but Dennis, I know he's welcome, but still, it's in so deep. He's got to be a little careful here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, this little funny right here. He fell nice on this one. He fell on a good angle here, almost straight in the side. All he's got to do is kind of roll it in or stop his ball, whatever he wants to do. And now he's got a great angle. He's going right toward the 7. You know, from up here, I couldn't tell if he could stop that in time. It looked thinner to me from up here.
Economy of travel with the cue ball there. Stayed right in line, 3-1. Gorst in front.
Well, that's got to be a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, it looked like Gorst may never give him a ball to pocket the way it was starting out.
Yeah, Gorst started out like a machine and then missed those 2 shots right in a row, almost the same shot.
Then hung the
But
straight
it
back
just shows you anytime you got a little bit of distance and anytime you got to cut the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
That how much tougher they are to pocket than when you stay fuller on the ball.
Rack number 5, Mr. Orcollo to break.
Now let's see how Dennis How his break works here. I guess he's trying to make it in that left pocket.
It's a strange thing. He breaks off his fingertips. You just don't see that very often. Oh, boy. He hit it way low, and then the wing ball kicked it, the cue ball, into the corner pocket.
Huh.
That's not
Boy, that
what
is-
Dennis wanted.
No, he made the one, but like you say, got a bad kiss for that corner.
But it was a mishit break. I mean, it was way down low to begin with. Compared to when you see like Shane break here, or in the last match, Kazakis, he just really gets a ton of ball action. And Dennis has practiced that break back there. I promise you, 6 hours in the last 2 days. I mean, I don't know if he's tired or you know, I mean, it's hard. He just made a small mistake there, but that's all it takes.
Well, it's not easy.
No.
That's why.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, you're talking about like a 1/16 of an inch or less can make the difference between success and failure on that one ball. The hit
Yeah.
on the one is so critical, and
Yep.
the hit on the cue ball is so critical, and then because I noticed that Fedor, he is really getting it to come right back almost over that spot. I mean, it's coming almost a 90-degree angle from the rail.
Right. It's a fair statement to say it's super, super tough. But also for Fedor, it seems like he aims the break a hair more careful than what I just saw Dennis do. He was a bit casual about it by comparison.
Well, that's a good point. I think we sometime, of course not in this match so far, but a lot of times we get to playing so good we think that we don't have to aim anymore.
It's almost like that because no one could rehearse and prepare for a match more than Dennis has. And it maybe just a hint sloppy is all, and he had to pay the price.
Well, a lot of times the balls dictate your Accu-Stats score.
Mm-hmm.
The tougher they are, the lower that score is going to be, the more tough situations you face. The easier the situation, the higher your numbers are going to be.
Yep. Gorst is making the game look very, very simple as he's taking care of business here, leading 4-1.
Well, he certainly had the most good opportunities and by a long shot so far.
All you can do is just wait if you're Dennis, because usually it doesn't go where a guy just pitches a shot out on you. You are going to get some turns, and you're even going to get a chance to get back into the match. Here's our break stats. Gorst has broke twice, made 3 balls, twice successful.
Well, I know he's made the one. And I know he's getting real good action, and he's really hitting this one and the cue ball were so good. That's what I like.
Watch how long he pauses here when now he's loosened up. Pause. Very repetitive on his motion.
I can't tell from here if that 3 goes by that 4. He's looking at that right now. He doesn't seem to be concerned. So does he stop close to where the 2's at? He has to go a little to the right. Or does he draw over and take a thinner cut? I kind of like trying to fall full on this 3 here. Just kill it and go for the longer shot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like?
Yeah,
Mark?
no, I like your choice. When you go across, then you got to get back into that good zone. Oh, he went, this is beautiful.
Wow.
That really makes the
Wow.
play easier. He didn't quite get where he wanted to be, but if you could have gotten to that side where it lays pretty good, That would have opened this whole rack up. Now he's got to make a big shot, 3-rail position, or else go into some balls.
Well, from this angle, I can't tell when he cuts this 3 in that lower left pocket. I can't tell if he's going to miss the 7 or run into the 7.
I think it's thin enough. As I look at it more carefully, I don't think he has a choice but to run into the 7.
You may be right. But it looks pretty. This looks like not automatic here. Well, I mean, you got to pay attention here to making the 3. This ain't like it's duck soup, so you got to aim hard at the 3, and then on top of that, you got to control this cue ball if it runs into that ball. Because that 8, once you go up table, that 8's huge. With the cue ball.
Oh, now he's got to angle down. This going to take a world-class shot. Playing the 9.
Wow, no, that really surprised me there.
But that's
choice.
No, he was trying to play the cube, the 3 ball.
Off the 9.
Right, and then when he didn't hit it well, it looked real bad.
Tell you what,
it wasn't
this
just
is a little thin right here on the 4. Can he come across underneath the 5 and then bounce off the 2nd rail and get, well, how's he going to get on the 6? Yeah, he had to stay underneath. Boy, this requires getting a good angle here.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did. Oh, he's moving around the table. He's got a great pace, boy.
Yeah.
He's not fooling around, huh?
No, he's. I'm telling you, he's really in a stroke. This is still going to be a super tough match.
Well, he sure looks like he's playing with confidence in this rack. This hasn't been the easiest rack.
Right. And yet
he made it look easy.
Right. Super loose grip for Orcollo. I noticed the other day I was sitting in the arena and I could just hear the tone that the cue, when it hit the cue ball, it sounded different than what you usually hear. It has that harmonics where it goes tong and kind of a ringing tone, indicating they're not dampening the tone by squeezing. When a pro hits the ball, it sounds different than when a beginner hits the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that sound when you're these great players, man. It does sound different than a amateur player when they hit the cue ball and the object ball and when the ball hits the pocket.
Well, up on his fingertips again. He's going to take a little more careful with the aim here after what happened last time. There's the hit he was trying for.
Wow.
Guess that 6 hours of break practice paid off on this rack.
Well, he got, what did he make, 3 balls?
Yeah.
Wow. So he's
4. He made 4.
4, wow.
Yeah. That was strong.
Really, making this 3 is like the whole game.
Beautiful. Floats it right around there.
Now, he does have to be a little careful from the 6 to the 7. He don't want to get too thin on this ball where he'd have to go up to the end rail again.
Yeah, where he just top spin only. Just top spin and come right on down. No, he's cueing low. Maybe he's coming around then.
He's just going to come up.
Just roll it.
He dressed it low and hit it higher.
It looks, well, maybe it released, but anyway, it couldn't have been any prettier. I mean, stop on the last 2 balls. Very
in
good.
record time.
Yeah.
He got rid of those in a hurry.
Yeah. That was his first break and run out. It's 4-3.
Well, he's sending a message to Fedor. Not that Fedor needs a message sent to him.
Fedor knew what the message was going to be when he gets to the table. He already. If you're coming here hoping that Orcollo misses a couple balls, you've come to the wrong place. We were laughing yesterday. You get a kick out of it because you know Keith McCready, but Mark Kendall was in here doing the broadcast with me. He said that, got all heated in the match like this, and he goes like this. This is the pool game here we got going on, like it's something special. You know how Keith is looking at the crowd. We got a pool match going on.
Mr. Gorst at the table to break.
Yeah, I never forget. I played him in Lake Tahoe one time, and he opened up with like 4 racks. He turns to the crowd. He says, "I just wanted to let Nick know I'm in town."
Yeah, he's great. One on the side. Boom, got that. Where's the 2 ball going to go? It's over here by the cue ball, but not much of a shot at all, just a safety.
But boys, he got a lock-up safety almost.
Yeah.
Oh, did he not?
Oh, it didn't. Okay.
Break. He didn't.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, wasn't compliant. If you make, let's see, if you make 2 balls, then that way that rule is waived. But if you make 1, 2 balls have to cross the head string. Just like you said, boy, does he have a dandy place to play safe from.
Yeah. He's going to have to. Well, he don't have to, but he might mass A, or he can go to this foot rail here, 1 rail. But this is not so simple here for the kick. This is a pretty difficult kick here.
And it doesn't look easy. Like if you use high velocity, it's way harder to make the hit, and then you're more likely to get separation. But you really need to hit this ball. It's just.
I think the key here is shoot whatever speed you can to hit the ball. I wouldn't get too fancy here. Wow, he went with a kind of
My goodness.
Z kick.
You don't see that deployed very often.
Yeah, it was a great kick, but the reward's not going to be very much. Well, it looks like he'll come back above the 5 for the 4. It looks like he's got a nice angle to be able to get across for the 5. He might have got tangled up with the 7 a little here. He might be jacked up. I don't know if he is or not. A little bit. I guess it goes in that corner.
Yeah, he just plays the balls from so much familiarity of playing. He just doesn't hit balls hard if he just doesn't have to, and he just kind of takes what the table will give him.
Well, you can tell he's really pocketing so good. Well, he really made that look like it was a natural. I thought it was a little thinner, but cue ball didn't go very far, so I guess it was thicker than it looked like from up here.
Mm-hmm.
But he's falling a little straight on this. He's got to be careful here. You don't hit this in the left side of the pocket, that's 7, and end up stuck behind the 9 here. Oh, wow. He had such a bad angle, he had to come all the way back. Wow, what a great shot that was. How about that speed?
So
What
smooth.
a touch.
And Dennis Orcollo.
I like the way he's playing too. I
Yeah.
like his tempo really well.
He's,
Will now take his player's
it's his break. He's
5
requested
minutes.
a short player timeout.
Along with him and return at the same.
All right, Orcollo, we're back. Scores 4-4. Orcollo breaking. Extreme left side of the box. One ball found the mark. Cue ball's good. Does he get a shot on the 2? Looks promising. Oh, boy. Nice rack here. 2 balls went in.
Well, the first shot, he don't have to do much for possession. Does have to travel a little far for the 4 from the 3. Only reason this 2 looks like a hanger because these guys been playing so good. it's a
Yeah.
pretty long shot. He hit that in with a lot of authority, and I don't know how good his angle is here. I don't know if he can double that corner and get out of there. He sure don't want to have to come backwards.
It definitely looks a little weird here on the overhead.
Looks like he might have trouble. He may have to force it, and boy, it looks like he may be having to stay long. I don't know if he's going to force it up there or if that's as high as he can get by going forward or if he's just going to move.
I think he's going to stay long and just get the cue ball away from the cushion. Oh, he got a lot out of that. Way overcooked it.
Yeah,
little bit.
When you have that shot, you got to force. So that's one of the issues with it. The speed is hard to control.
Going to have to just nick the edge, and here comes the cue ball, 4 cushions. If he hits it well. Hit it just a little bit rough. That might get the 6th ball involved. No, he's good.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. I see some of my friends over there, Phil Widnam from the Chattanooga Billiard Club. He might win the award for sweating more pool than anybody on the planet. And then another great fan of the game, Bobby Chamler, sitting right next to him.
Oh, that's Bobby. I guess I didn't know him. Then it's Kathy Kroom. She came to our clinic at Durbin's, and Stu Matana and Jerry Bryceth. We got
your mentor.
Yeah, and Pete
Jerry.
Fleming. Pete Fleming over there. Well, this is that awkward angle again, Nick.
I think he can come around 2 rails easy.
He had to really he had to really lay into that.
Wow.
Got a little too close to the corner, and he's going to gift this rack to Mr. Gorst.
It shows you from up here, it always looks easier because I thought he was perfect on that ball, but I guess he had to really try to get close to the corner.
And you can see he hit it in like a bullet, so you know it was pretty flat.
Rack 9 goes to Gorst.
Those are the games sometime that you get tortured for missing when you think you got the game, and all of a sudden, sometimes you get charged pretty good for those kind of mistakes when you've got it. You feel like 100%, and then you let it get away. Just hit it a little low.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
And the other thing you don't think about, it probably, I couldn't tell, but it might have went in the lower half of the pocket where he catches it fuller, which will bring him up higher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If he cuts it in the center, he probably hits 2 or 3 inches from the corner pocket and swings around perfect.
The other thing, at that velocity, you get a little more backspin, too, that maybe he didn't totally account for that either. But he rarely makes that type of mistake, but it was a hard shot. Once again, the one rains into the side pocket.
This is unbelievable. I think they made it. if they missed, I'm not sure they've ever missed the one in the side and in all these breaks.
Right.
Well, one of the competitors I used to play a lot, he always said about this, of course, is they got to turn the cue ball more loose here, which it's harder to get position if you're trying to make the one. Who knows where the two's going to end up, you know what I mean? And just because you make the one doesn't mean you're going to get shape on the next ball.
Right, right. Well, Fedor pushed out to a straight-in ball here that does not lead easily to position, which would indicate that he's planning a defensive play.
Yeah, I believe I'd have to let him go here. What would you do there? Would you shoot at this somehow?
I kind of feel like he's going to, well, I don't know if he has that angle. I don't think he does. No, I would pass it back because I don't want to lose trying a super hard defensive shot.
Well, he's so tall. Shot sets up for a tall guy if he wants to jack up and try to draw it back. You don't have to draw it back real far, but this shot's where height is an advantage.
Be awful pretty hit if he hit it. He hit it really well.
Yeah, a tall guy can get his arm in such a much better position. The shorter you are on that shot, you're going to be going sideways at it a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's left him pretty close to straight in here. Wow, he hit that so nice.
He did. That
was a hard shot there. He was almost straight in. I bet he was just lined up a little left of the center of the pocket. Well, he's got to stay a little long here for the 4. Perfect angle, though. He's off the rail. He just got to make it, basically. But he doesn't. He does need some angle, but.
Look at how smooth his cueing action is. As somebody that plays 8 to 10 hours a day for years. Does not try to overdo that shot because he was a little flat. Just takes what the table would easily give him.
Yeah, the decision making is so important. The speed and where you try to get, you got so many decisions in this game that
well, he flinched at it, Nick.
he jumped straight up.
Yeah,
he moved a lot on that
definitely
ball.
flinched on it.
It's like he tried to help get the speed
Yep. Yeah.
with his body.
And then the overcut helped to get it speed too.
Right.
You know, so he's absolutely gifted 3 or 4 of these games to Gorst. I mean, to me, this is a gift.
Yeah, he's these last this one and the game before is 2 games. That's monstrous. That's monstrous. Because
All right, 6-4 is our score now.
yeah, and it should be 6-4 the other way. Dennis let those 2 games get away. You take those 2 games
Yeah.
off Fedor score and put them on to Dennis. That's a monster. It's change there. Dennis has actually pocketed more balls.
Yeah, both players with 6 errors. 887 TPA, 878.
Lucky 11, Mr. Orcollo to break. Trailing by 2, 4-6.
I think the reason he likes to do this hand position, I think it helps to get it more level.
There's a little 9 on the break.
On the break is a win.
It's an unusual occurrence. First one I've seen here from the broadcast booth on center table. 6-5 is our
Which
score.
pocket did it go into?
Side pocket.
Wow.
That cue ball comes sailing through there, and sometimes it gets a clear, once in a while the cue ball scratches off the 9, but also sometimes it sends it to the corner side.
Looks like they're rocking the 9 on the spot.
That's correct. That's why they're playing the 1 so much.
I think it's so much easier to make the 1. It's a lot harder to make when that 1's on the spot.
Mr. Gorst to break. Rack 11.
Did the 2 cross?
You're right. He stays down a pretty long time on that break.
Yeah.
He's aiming it pretty hard.
Huh. The 7 went across, and the 2 only has to touch the line. Looks pretty good from here. Anyway, I will default towards the referee's judgment. Fedor seems to accept it readily. Oh, there's a good view of it. Yeah, it didn't quite get there. It only needed to touch the line to be compliant. And so if anyone's joining us and doesn't know, it's 3 balls must cross the head string for each ball that you pocket. 1 less one has to cross the head string. In the event that you pocket 2 balls, there is no requirement to have any other balls go across the head string. And then the penalty is you, as the incoming player, can accept the table as it is, or you can assign the shot back without the option to push out. So
Boy, he's facing a tough situation here. Position looks real tough here. Small window there. The 9 and the 5.
yeah,
And
this
the
is
3. Well, the 3's going to be gone, but that 9 and 5, that hole's pretty narrow if he's going to play it in the side.
he's going to measure it up, but it looks like he's going to end up playing safe, because the other alternative is to try to get off the 5 ball here with it, or go inside spin to nothing.
Very, very good.
Yeah, he weighed it up, and then he ended up playing safe at the end of the day. He absolutely doesn't want to gift any more games away. Yeah, right now, Dennis has won all of his games and half of Fedor's. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point there. And I know from my years playing on the Pro Tour, well, when you give up them games you're supposed to win, usually you get tortured.
It is good.
That was a nice hit. No, the 4 ball's still not a bargain.
No, I don't know if he can spin that in. I can't tell from this angle if he can get out to the middle of the table or a little to the right of center and spin this 4 in. He might be able to. He's looking at it. This is
Yeah, that shot. I don't know if he got there, but if he did, fantastic pool shot.
Wow.
I guess he. Whew.
That's world class position there if he can shoot this straight in. Wow.
That's
Not everybody has enough guts to play that for that hole.
worth the drive from Owensboro.
Yeah, that was fabulous cue ball control there.
That's a nice shot too.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis looks like a guy on a mission here. He's had a couple of unforced errors that hurt him bad, but in between time, boy, he's showing form like someone that's really serious about winning this tournament.
Well, I don't think he's on vacation here, Mark.
No, he's looks pretty darn serious and intent. And 6-6 is our score. Bobby Chamberlain, boy, that's interesting. He's here. He has a 300 and some ball run on a diamond table,
I
right?
think he has the biggest run of all time on a diamond. I think 311. And he's getting ready to start that Legends of Pocket Billiards where they're going to stream it for free. Straight pool with great players. I think maybe this next week Shane Van Boning is going to be the first player to see how many balls he can really run. That's going to be fun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What a great promotion for straight pool.
Yeah,
huh?
and for pool in general.
Yeah. He's really excited. I know that. He's been wanting to do this a long time.
Got action on the 9 ball again, made the one on the side. But it might not be a compliant break. I don't think it is, Nick.
Oh, my gosh. And this is a throw-in. Oh, wow. Well, it's only a throw-in as long as his speed stays good. But anybody'd like to start with this layout.
Yeah.
If you don't
Could-
get out here, it's your fault.
You couldn't possibly want it much better. Not sure he meant to bump that 6, though.
Might have got a little straight, and if he's going downhill, it's even worse. They're all easy until you get out of line.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell quite the exact angle here is important.
He's willing it past there. It looks like he got straight in the side. But maybe he almost froze up to it as well.
I think he's got enough angle to hit short of the side, cut it, and come across to the middle of the table. If he had to shoot straight at it, he'd be in a little bit of trouble to keep from fouling. Or no, he's going the other way. He's got the
I think
the
he
better
can draw. Yeah, I think he. Oh,
I think to win another few inches, but
yeah, I'd have felt better.
but he was a little concerned that he didn't want to foul in that spot.
You were there when he came to St. Louis, and he handled Berkman pretty handily, right there at Berkman's home table.
Yeah,
That was impressive.
yeah.
He just has such good stroke mechanics. When you watch him, he's so fluid on that transition. It's just glides. And Dennis, too, for that matter.
Well, the thing I watch is how still they both, how still they just don't move that body much. I know Dennis did on that one shot, but boy, they stay down and they stay still.
That is a big deal. Good view here. How steady his head is. You could put a glass of wine on there. He's not going to spill it on your carpet.
He's perfect. Yeah, this wouldn't have been a good ball to fall straight in on it, I don't think.
Good look at there at the pocket.
Yeah, I wonder if he has to go 2 rails or come on the short side here, or if he can hit short or below the side there and get back up to play it in that left corner pocket. He may have to go all the way 2 rails here.
Oh, perfect shot. My goodness.
Nice control there.
7-6. That was off the non-compliant break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought. This is 1 inning 9 ball we're saying here. It's the first guy who gets a good shot, converts it into a game. TPA's there, Nick. Balls pocketed pretty equal, 51-57. Your break performance. And both of them. What's the deal there? Yeah, I didn't see it clearly, but looked like a quality stat.
Yeah, their average is pretty close.
TPA, or the break stats there, it looked like they're only running around 50%, but that's not because they're not making balls, it's the non-compliant part. Well, he added a little power. This is non-compliant anyway, so.
Well, he needs to fall, I think, pretty close to full on that 2 ball. Yeah, boy, he's a little short. Position on that 3 is a little awful difficult from this angle.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's not. Hey, can't be happy with this position. He's really got to scramble here. Wow.
Sometimes when it's sticky like this, going at the 3 with the cue ball is not the worst thing that you can do. I don't know if you can bend it that much. If you can hit the 5, that's better. But I'm just saying, because I don't see any other way that you can get a reasonable shot on the 3 here. No, I think he did try to hit the 5 there. Or whatever. We know he wasn't trying to. Maybe he was trying to hit the 9. He might have been trying to hit the 9 rather than the 5. That would have been a good play, too.
Wow, it was
Lucked in a ball.
yeah, that could be a pretty big turning point there. If he can get out here, if he can take advantage of it. he's got a pretty good shot on the 4, but getting on the 5 is a little tricky here. Yeah, he's shaking his head, so it's not easy.
He's going to end up using his extension right here, and this is the place to use it. 40 seconds added.
Yeah, there's no use saving it, because if you mess up here, you're probably never going to use it.
Right, not this rack. At least want to be clear on your decision. Yeah.
Well, a little bit of a two-way shot there, but this Fedor jumps awful good. Taking his extension. Certainly a good spot for that. I don't know if he can soft roll it in and stop in time for the 5, or if he's got to float it down between the 5 and 9. He's coming around the horn. He's a little thin, a little short for position.
Played a little funny too.
Yeah, I think he's running to the 8 here if he cuts it in the side.
And it's also a little funny to get past the 9 because it's kind of tracking towards the 9 here. If you draw it straight back,
I think he's going to come back here, though. I think he's got some margin of error.
He's going to bounce draw it. This is interesting. Oh, bounce follow
wow.
it. Yeah, bounce follow. Wow. Very interesting shot. Yeah, we don't see that stroke very often. Elevate the bounce to create more angle. That was a marvelous stroke. This ties up the match. 7 games
we
apiece.
got a race to 3 for the money.
Ties it up once again.
And the money is $4,000 or $2,000.
7 games apiece.
There's Ralph Souquet looking on. There's the safety performance average.
Gorst batting 1,000.
Rack 15 or call it a break.
Look at those stats after 14 games, 895, 892. And let's see what Dennis can do here on the break. Well, 1 ball went in. 9 ball got hot. Could be a non-compliant break.
Now what happens
Is that
here?
correct? Oh, I'm wrong.
Oh.
The 2 balls go in 3. Oh, yeah, okay. So there is no requirement. I thought just 1 ball went in.
Well, where do you push out here?
You almost end up having to push out to a kick because both guys know that, well, he's going to push out to a safe. No kick. Good as Fedor jumps, I don't know.
I don't see Fedor taking this one.
Yeah. Gives a little wry smile. Fedor. Dennis says, "You want me to shoot?" And Fedor says, "No." He knows that Dennis would be forced to play the shot, and it frees you up to make it a little bit easier because there's not you never have that doubt in your mind like, oh, I shouldn't even be taking this. Fedor feels good about his percentage of making this.
Well, and plus he's shooting so hard, who knows where both balls are going to end up. It don't have to be a sellout. Where they go, nobody knows. And he's left him really tough. That's a part I hate the worst about the jump cue.
Yeah, it's here to stay, I'm afraid, but I'm kind of like you. If you can jump with your full cue, I don't mind it.
What a nice shot.
Wasn't it? Just a gorgeous hit.
Still a little tricky on this 3 to the 4. He's pretty thin on this 3, and you've got to try to miss that 4.
He lightly rubbed it on the way in and turned out favorably.
Can he come around 3 rails here out of this corner?
I think it's thin enough. I think he can. Well, I'm telling you, he's made some shots in this match. I know he's give away a few games, but the bounce follow shot was impressive. This shot down the rail here in game 15, very, very impressive. He's got through some tough layouts. You remember that a couple times he played position to play balls back into the side through narrow gaps from clear down table.
Yeah, that one was impressive where he come all the way down with reverse running English and I found about like threading a needle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen a variety of high-quality shots here, and more than we've seen in other matches that were a bit unusual, too.
I see Greg Sullivan, the owner of Diamond Table, sweating out this match, and another good friend of mine, Steve McDonald, who's working the Diamond booth here. They're sweating out this match.
I think that might be Orcollo's first lead of the match right there.
I think you're right.
And then you saw how thin that Fedor got on the break, so the 1 ball did not range into the side pocket. Cue ball came way down here. The break was compliant, however, so Dennis is going to have to face this dilemma.
Push, right? Push out, sir.
Did he hook him?
Yeah, looks like it. This time, Fedor says, "You go right ahead. I don't want this."
I don't think he aimed to hook him. Maybe he did, but boy, this is a little tough if he don't jump it.
Well, he's gonna. Yeah, the way he pointed, I think he's planning to
I'm good.
warp the cue ball at max low around the 7 back into the 1.
Yeah.
Can't blast this. Yeah, you have to. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
My
wow,
goodness.
what a shot. That might be the shot of the match there. Tell you what, I don't know if he can get above the 6 here, though, to get position on the 3. Or does he go? Can he go 3 rails?
That's not easy. He can, but I guess if he could just get to the high side of the 4, well, there's nothing going to be easy here. Yep, I thought it might chip the 4, and then
Oh, a little hard luck. He hit that pretty good. Wow.
sure did. Sure did.
That's a hair hard luck there.
You could envision it colliding into these balls, but you couldn't envision the 6 ball going right in front of the cue ball. And, it took a heck of a hit to even have this happen.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point there. That he hit that awfully good. He almost got it up there, and he doesn't have to get hooked there.
No,
what I mean?
I even said if he could hit the high side of the 4 ball and we could just settle for it, and he sure did.
Got it a hair thin though, and I guess on the hit on the 4 where
Yes. That's quality effort. That's all he had. I mean, a solid impact on the object ball. Boy, everything he's done is really, really good, except for the few grotesque errors he made. Everything else been spectacular.
yeah, I'm not sure I'd call that one an error. Getting
No, I'm
suckered
not.
There.
I meant like the games he gifted to Fedor.
yeah.
Everything we've seen the variety of shots you don't see played very often. Very interesting match.
Yeah, really, it's. Must have been awful tight, I guess.
Yeah, it almost seemed like as smooth as he was, he lost his timing a little bit there. Like that was distasteful to him for sure. Because he missed it by quite a little bit.
And I don't think he had.
Oh.
I don't think he had a whole pocket there.
Yeah.
I think that 7 was interfering with the pocket slightly.
But he didn't nick the 7 going by, is my point. He blasted it. He had half the 7.
Yeah.
That was a nice safety from Dennis. He played it just effortlessly. Good feel on that. Good job by Gorst. Solid impact.
Boy, he got
It
away
turned out.
really good there.
Yeah, I think he can hit the 3. I don't think he can do much with the 3. Guess it's just nick it to the side rail.
About all he can do. I don't think there's anything else. Boy, I didn't know he could do this. So,
Look at that good shot. Look at that good
Yeah,
shot.
What a nice
Yeah.
safety that was.
That was. He makes it look like it's easy to do, but just try a few of those and see how good you hit it.
Yeah, that hit was really nice on the 3. Caught it nice and thin, and the cue ball had nice speed.
The 3 had nice speed. I mean, everything about it was a win. You can go through the 3 and scratch here, too, so this is not that easy. The Fedor was aware of that, and that's why he played it at that softer speed. Didn't want to hit heavy on that ball.
Position. He's got to hit this pretty good to get position here.
Well, you probably have the man for the job then.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
terrific.
got mixed up. I thought he had to play position on the 5, or I didn't see the 4 of the.
He still had to make a nice shot there, though. That was not that easy.
The boom had me snookered.
Yeah, I know. I got that too a couple times. I've kind of been embarrassed. I was calling the wrong ball because I didn't see the ball. But we adapt and overcome here, Nick. So we got this great instant replay here, or the great split screen, slow-mo.
To me, this A
Illustrated.
ball's about in the toughest position it could be on the table. Because there's only one way. You got to go 3 rails, and boy, you got to hit this good here. It's easy to jar this ball because of the speed that it takes, and the English you have to use so much side spin.
And
You see it. He used the entire 4 1/4 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, these pockets aren't generous.
Yeah, they're a little stingy.
Dennis is giving a speech because he remembers overcutting this ball a minute ago.
You had to hit it with a lot more speed
All
last time.
Here we are. Dennis arrives at the hill first. He's now just slipped over the 900 mark despite all the struggles early on. And Gorst at 879. I always say matches like this kind of commentate themselves. You know, it's just fun. We're along for the ride. It's when you get a dogger that you really have to labor through.
No, this has definitely been an entertaining match and a hard-fought match, and it's been neck and neck most of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first several games, you thought it was going to be a cakewalk for Fedor, and all of a sudden we're looking up, and Dennis got to the hill first by 2 games, and
Now leads 9-7. On the move.
this is a tough shot here. Oh,
The
he hit
one on
that
the
so
side.
nice, but he
Okay, so 2 balls went in, so it's compliant. I don't think he can even see the 2. He brought his jump cue. Yes,
jeez.
I know.
Boy, that's 6. He's got to hit this with a lot of speed to get
And-
over that 6.
and
It's pretty far away, 2 diamonds.
And unless you're going to apply draw, which makes it jump less, it's pretty ambitious to do all this. Guess he doesn't really want to push out if he can help it. Tell you, before I would just up and jump it, I would push the cue ball 1 inch further ahead and let Fedor have it if he wants to go for it. Give him the chance, too.
He hit it pretty good, but just he might get lucky on the lead, maybe. Well, he came out about good as he could
Yeah, he did have to.
expect. He didn't leave nothing simple. I don't know what he's going to do. He could play safe, or he can bank it soft and play a two-way shot for that the left middle pocket. That's the one shot I like, but now he's dead going safe, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is not a very good spot to end up in. I think here, just try to jump it, hit it dead center, and go 2 rails, and leave him behind the 6 and 7. Hope to get a snooker. Just hit it full and stick here.
You could jump off the table on this one. Really good. Oh, I thought he made it.
Yeah. He's got a hope here. I don't think he's going to miss this jump, but he's got to hope something good happens on the position.
Right.
For Dennis, anyway. Now, Fedor's. Boy, great control there now. Still, I don't know. I don't know if he can go between the 9 and 5 and come back out 2 rails. I don't know if there's a hole there, or if he's got to kiss off the 9. I don't think he can draw and
completely avoid
stay
the 9.
above.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It looks
without
like
hitting the 9 or the 5. I guess he could soft roll it in and die there where he can cut the 5 in.
he's drawing. It was one of those you had to
Trying
get.
to pinch it, wasn't he?
Yeah, max draw, minimum speed, and he just went a little bit too low. The ball did not hit the object ball, which indicates that he went to the right side because of where the cue ball squirted to. Usually, if you miscue straight through the bottom, it still hits your target.
Well, that Dennis is a happy camper, getting ball in hand in this fight. Huh?
yeah. This is that place where I like ball in hand too.
Well, that's a great match, Mark. I presume Dennis is going to get out, but it may be a little bit hasty-tasty, but
Beautiful.
enjoyed doing the match with you, Mark.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Dennis. Great playing.
Well, this has been yet another terrific edition of World Class Pool on behalf of Nick and myself. So long for just a while.